And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in this afternoon to Roberto Hernandez Stadium on the campus of the University of South Carolina, Aiken, for this afternoon's doubleheader between the Young Harris Mountain Lions and the University of South Carolina Aiken Pacers. I'm Reeves Altman, joined by, as always, Marcus Johnson. Marcus, thank you for joining me. Always a pleasure to share the broadcast booth with you.
Indeed it is. I'll be doing stats as well today, so if anybody has any complaints, you can go ahead and just yell at me.
All right, well, thank you for joining us on the broadcast today. We had a great night of softball last night. The two of us were on the call for the Pacers and the Lander Bearcats. If you were on the broadcast with us last night, USC Aiken was able to take both games for the first time since 2015 against Lander.
Yeah, it was a good doubleheader victory for the Pacers softball squad, and the Pacer baseball squad is looking to do the same thing here against Young Harris as we're in game one of the doubleheader. Young Harris coming into today's game as the number 3 team in the Peach Belt Conference with an 18-10 overall record, 16-8 altogether. Pacers, on the other hand, tied for 6 at 16-14 overall, 14-13.
As the first pitch of the ball game is fouled off at the plate, leading off for the Mountain Lions is the left fielder, number 6, Logan Worley. And on the mound for the Pacers is number 27, Daniel Wiggins.
Yeah, Wiggins coming into the game today with a 3-1 record.
Great off-speed pitch there. Got Worley to check swing. Breaking ball down in the dirt, making it 0-2 now.
Again, 3.83 ERA, 3-1 record for Wiggins. 49 and a third innings pitched. 10 walks, 27 strikeouts, and opponents with a .251 batting average against him.
0-2 on its way to Worley is check swing, swung on, and called strike 3 by the field umpire. So Wiggins starts off the afternoon with lead-off strikeout, and there's one away here. Now coming to the plate for the Mountain Lions is number 35. That is Tucker Greer. Greer will be playing center field this afternoon. Greer, the left-handed batter, comes into the batter's box facing the left-handed Wiggins. Called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Even though there's no men on base, Wiggins working out of the stretch here, not out of the windup on the mound. Greer fouls the 0-1 off over the Pacers dugout to make the count now 0-2.
Yeah, Greer, dangerous hitter for this Young Harris squad, a .448 batting average. Top hitter on this team, also has 45 RBIs on the season.
A very effective number 2 hitter in the lineup as the 0-2 is fouled off behind the plate and will do it over. Quickly run down defensively for the Pacers on the mound, as I said, is number 27, Daniel Wiggins. Behind the plate today will be number 44, Marcus Mastalone. First base will be number 32, Nick Tripp. Number 1, Jeff Sear at second base. As I'll stop calling the lineup here for the 0-2 pitch, it's going to be swung on and hit into left field. Giving chase is the left fielder, Gilbert, and he is there to make the second out of the inning.
And that was a dangerous hitter that the Pacers managed to shut down. I mean, his numbers are absolutely fantastic. He's also, just go ahead and look through these numbers real quick. 16 home runs, 45 RBIs, and a 1.043 slugging percentage. I mean, this guy is an absolute unit for this Young Harris squad.
A very dangerous hitter at the plate, as we said, yes. The shortstop today for the Pacers will be number 20, James Eckert. The third baseman, number 18, Tyler Littlefield. As Wiggins brings it to the plate, and it is fouled off 0-1. At the plate is number 14 for the Mountain Lions, Dalton Cash. Left field for the Pacers will be Gilbert. As the 0-1 down the middle, strike 2 to Cash. Left fielder today will be number 24, Ty Gilbert. Center field for the Pacers will be Hyde. And the Morgan Hyde, number 2. And the right fielder will be let's get him on the roster here, number 10, Jackson Hannon. And that's the Pacers defensively as we have a pitch. I believe they're going to say it hit him. An unfortunate situation there. Wiggins a little bit too far inside, hitting him on the 0-2 count. A little bit of miscommunication here. Might have been a check swing. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to do because he almost went around fully, and I think they're going to bring all the umpires in to talk about it. You know, from up here, it almost looked like he did go around. It's going to be one of those borderline calls, honestly.
All three officials are centered there making the decision. We'll get their call in just a few minutes.
So they're going to let that...
They're going to let him stay at first. All right.
Upholding the call, so the hit by pitch is the call.
I guess they're going to say he didn't go around, so we'll play on here. 2 outs, runner on first on the base on balls. Now stepping into the batter's box is a designated hitter this afternoon for the Mountain Lions, number 28, Jackson Jones.
Yeah, Jones batting .286 on the season.
As Hyde is going to check the runner at first. Excuse me. Wiggins will check the runner at first. Wiggins set on the mound, looks over the runner at first, and he's going to throw it into Jones inside for ball 1.
Outside of the hit by pitch, this is the first ball that Wiggins has thrown. He's been very efficient with his pitching early on in this game.
And the 1-0 to Jones is outside, 2-0 now. The 2-0 pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. The 2-1 to Jones right on the outside corner again for strike 2, making the count even now 2-2 here with 2 outs.
Yeah, one was pretty much the same exact pitch, brought it in a little bit more, tightened up the spin on the ball, puts himself in a good position.
And smartly by Wiggins here working the outside as Jones is very up in the batter's box as he gets him to swing and miss on the high heat, and the side is retired. The Mountain Lions have no runs on no hits with 1 man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first, tied at 0. Pacers coming to bat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the bottom of the first here at Roberto Hernandez Stadium. Pacers and the Mountain Lions tied at 0. Leading off for the Pacers will be the shortstop, number 20, James Eckert. And on the mound for the Mountain Lions is number 33, Chad Brown, with a 5-1 record and a 4.63 ERA. An opponent's batting average for Brown is 231. As Eckert's set to face the first pitch, and he's going to swing and hit it deep into right field. As the right fielder Wallace is there to retire Eckert. That'll bring to the plate the center fielder for the Pacers, number 2, Morgan Hyde.
Hyde batting just a smidge under 300 at 296 on the year. Has 19 RBIs for the Pacers squad, though, and 1 home run.
And the first pitch to Hyde is in, called strike 1. Brown on the mound today, working out of the windup. No men on base for the Pacers. 1 out here, and the 0-1 to Hyde. High for ball 1. The 1-1 to Hyde on its way inside for ball 2. 2-1 now. The 2-1 is swung on and fouled out of play down the first base line. Now moving the count to 2-2.
Hyde battling off a good fastball there.
Hyde steps in, the 2-2 delivery. Breaking ball outside, now moves the count full.
Hyde, a dangerous runner to put on board. He's got 11 stolen bases on the year. That's the second most on the Pacers squad this season.
And the payoff pitch to Hyde on its way. High and inside for ball 4, and the Pacers have their first base runner. That brings to the plate the right fielder, number 10, Jackson Hannon.
Hannon, one of the power hitters for this Pacers squad. 298 average on the year, has 6 home runs. That's the most on the team, along with 33 RBIs, also the highest total for this Pacers squad. A 481 slugging percentage, and a decent on-base percentage as well at 336.
As Hannon steps into the batter's box, Brown working out of the stretch on the mound for the first time this afternoon. As Hannon will take a ball high for 1-0 now the count. 1 out here, bottom of the first inning. Young Harris and USC Aiken tied at 0. Pacers have a runner on first with 1 out. One 0 pitch is swung on and popped up into center field. Giving chase is the center fielder Greer, and he is going to make the catch for the second out of the inning. That'll bring to the plate now for the Pacers the first baseman, number 32, Nick Tripp.
Tripp also doing an excellent job today, really getting his batting average up. 301 average on the year, 16 RBIs for this Pacers squad. Also has 3 home runs.
As the first pitch to Tripp is outside for ball 1, Morgan Hyde on first base attempted to go, but got back safely. And now the 1-0 to Tripp is high for 2-0. 2-0 to Tripp. Swung on and missed for strike one. The 2-1 breaking ball outside and low for 3-1 now.
Yeah, Brown having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone. He's got good movement on his pitches, but these Pacers batters are being very patient at the plate, not really chasing anything too far out of the zone.
The 3-1 to Tripp. Hyde's going to take off from first and without a throw, as it'll be ball four, and Nick Tripp will take first base. So the Pacers now have runners on first and second with 2 outs, bringing to the plate the designated hitter, number 34, David Jacobs.
A couple walks gives the Pacers some good base running right now.
Jacobs batting a very impressive .346 on the season for the Pacers.
This is only the 6th game that Jacobs is starting, but he's really been earning that starting role, and a .346 average will help with that.
Prior to Jacobs' first pitch, they're going to check Hyde at second as he gets back without a throw. Center fielder Morgan Hyde at second, the first baseman Nick Tripp at first. Both have a lead, neither one being held at the bag momentarily. Infield back for the Mountain Lions, as the first pitch to Jacobs gets the outside corner for strike one. The 0-1 to Jacobs, swung on, a check swing in foul territory, but the first baseman Cash is there to make the catch and retire the side. Pacers scored no runs on no hits and leave 2 men on base. We'll go to the top of the second, tied at 0-0. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the top of the second inning. USC Aiken and Young Harris tied at 0. That'll bring to the plate for the Mountain Lions, number 13, the second baseman, Noah Fitzgerald.
Hey, Fitzgerald, .306 average on the season. 5 home runs of his own, 26 RBIs, and even .500 slugging percentage.
And Wiggins brings the first pitch. Fitzgerald shows bunts but pulls back as it is high for ball one. Third baseman Littlefield might be playing up here after expecting the bunt, as the corners will be approaching. And the 1-0. Down the middle, strike one. As the 1-1 pitch is swung on and popped up, Second baseman Sear battling the sun, and is going to be caught actually by the right fielder Jackson Hannon as he calls off Sear at the last second. Great communication in the Pacers defense to get the first out of the inning.
Hannon could tell Sear was having some trouble battling the sun, like you said, and fortunately Hannon had plenty of foot speed to get on in there all the way out from deep right field to make the catch.
That brings to the plate the right fielder for the Mountain Lions, number 16, Rome Wallace. Wallace batting .302 this year in 22 games played, as he takes the ball high to make the count 0-1. Or excuse me, 1-0. The 0-1 swung on, fouled off at the plate to make the count 1-1. Actually fouled that off the catcher's glove, or excuse me, the catcher's helmet, but he appears to be okay and will play on. And the 1-1. Swung on and fouled over the first base dugout. Moved the count to 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch is popped up on the third base line. Appears to be in play. Mastalone under it, and he is going to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Great pursuit there by the catcher Mastalone, making the play about halfway up the third base line, calling off the third baseman Littlefield to get the second out. Bringing to the plate the catcher for the Mountain Lions, number 39, Cole Jackson.
Jackson, not one of the usual starters, though he has played in 18 games, and he started in 18 as well. Batting .265 on the year, has 20 RBIs along with 4 home runs. This is a power-hitting Mountain Lion squad with a lot of players with multiple long shots.
The first pitch to Jackson was low and away for ball 1. And Wiggins set comes to the plate. 1-0, low and away again. 2-0 now the count. And the 2-0 to Jackson. On the inside corner, called strike 1.
Bit of a generous call right there. It looked a bit inside, but Wiggins getting the benefit. We'll see how Jackson plays this.
And the 2-1 on its way. Sharply hit down the third base line. Littlefield has no play. It goes off his glove into left field. He's going to throw into second, but it will not be in time as Jackson is in safely with second. And the 0-1 to Hyde. Swung on and hit deep into left center field, giving chase. It is deep, and it is off the wall. Breaking for home is Eckert. The throw in high, not in time. And Hyde is going to be able to move over to third on the wild throw, and the Pacers are in business. A run across with a 3-0 lead and a runner on third. Great piece of hitting there from the center fielder Morgan Hyde, hitting that off the wall. I thought it had a chance.
Yeah, it was a really well-hit ball, bouncing right off the wall there, and heads-up base running, too, by Eckert there to get all the way back. The throw, if that had been on the mark, though, it would have been a very close play at the plate. You can see that these outfielders for Young Harris all have some cannons for arms.
Very true. That was a very close play. The ball was there in time. It was just a high throw and got past the catcher. So now runner on third, bringing to the plate the right fielder, number 10, Jackson Hannon for the Pacers, in a big spot here. And the first pitch to him, an off-speed pitch, gets into the strike zone for strike one. The 0-1 to Hannon. Another off-speed pitch gets the call again, strike two.
Seeing back-to-back off-speed pitches like that, wouldn't be surprised if he tries to set him up with a high fastball right now.
And the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Marcus Johnson, you should play the lottery tonight, as you called it right. Oh, one away here.
When you see enough of these games, you start to pick up on the rhythm of everybody, and you start to notice a few patterns.
Yeah, it's very unusual to see two back-to-back off-speed pitches, so you can definitely tell something was up there. Bringing to the plate, the first baseman, number 32, Nick Tripp. And another off-speed pitch to him, low and away, 1-0. As Tripp steps out of the batter's box to take a couple extra swings. As he comes set once again, Brown still on the mound for the Mountain Lions, working out of the stretch.
He only has 60 pitches on the afternoon. He's worked a few less pitches than Wiggins, but both pitchers have been really dealing tonight.
Swung on and hit into right field for a base hit as Sear will be able to come across and score. That's Hyde on third base. He's able to come across for the second run of the inning, extending the Pacers' lead to 4-0 on the RBI single from Nick Tripp. Bringing to the plate now the designated hitter for the Pacers, number 34, David Jacobs. He was able to have a base hit into right field in his last plate appearance.
And it's really important for the Pacers to get as many runs as they can early on today until they get to the bullpen for USC Aiken. Because once the bullpen comes in, Young Harris's bat's very likely to start going to town there. So if the Pacers can build up a good enough lead and the bullpen can hold steady, they'll be in a good position.
First pitch to Jacobs is swung on and hit into right field and high. Wallace is under it for the second out of the inning. Going to the plate now for the Pacers with two outs here. In the bottom of the fifth is the second baseman, number 1, Jeff Sear.
And speaking of bullpens, though, Young Harris does have a little bit of action out there. They've sent a few forces out. Nobody throwing just yet, but they're all getting set up out there.
Yeah, no action in the Pacers bullpen yet, at least none that I can see. As Brown is still on the mound here. As the first pitch to Sear. A little high for ball one. As Brown comes set on the mound, the 1-0 pitch on its way to Sear. Down the middle, called strike one, makes the count even now, 1-1. The 1-1 to Sear gets the call on the outside corner. Now strike two, 1-2 now the count. And the 1-2 to Sear on its way, fouled off. And we'll do the count over. Appeared to be a hit and run situation there again as Tripp took off from first to try and steal second. But the count remains 1-2. The 2-2 pitch was high and outside, but Tripp got caught in no man's land and was picked off at first on the check down throw. Smart throw there from Jackson and perfectly thrown. So that'll retire the side for the Pacers. But in the bottom of the 5th inning, they were able to score 2 runs to extend their lead to 4-0. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning with the USC Aiken holding a 4-0 lead over Young Harris with the Mountain Lions coming to the plate.
Tuski will take the free pass.
As that'll load the bases now for the leadoff man, the shortstop, number 20, James Eckert.
Got everything going with a leadoff double and a run scored.
And the first pitch to Eckert, an off-speed pitch, gets the call, strike 1.
Already 30 pitches on the inning for Castle.
Still only 1 out here. Pacers have the bases loaded, and the leadoff man back at the plate.
And that 1 out was a bit of a freebie. It was a sacrifice bunt.
So the 0-1 to Eckert misses low, 1-1.
Good looking pitch. Went with the same pitch he threw on the first one there. Just trying to get, see what he can get the umpire to call for him.
And the 1-1. Just missed outside. The count now 2-1. And the 2-1. Swung on and hit to the shortstop. He's going to get 1 out for the force at third. Great play by Jolliffe, the shortstop, to get it over to Hawkins for the force out. So 2 outs now, but a run does come across to score, pushing the Pacers' lead to 6-1. That brings to the plate the center fielder, number 2, Morgan Hyde.
Still gets an RBI out of that fielder's choice.
And the first pitch to Hyde is called a strike for 0-1. And the 0-1 to Hyde misses high, making the count 1-1. And the 1-1 to Hyde is hit up the middle as a base hit. 1 run is coming to the plate, and he'll make it in without a throw to push the Pacers' lead to 7-1.
Paluski hustling his way around the bases, gets credit with the run scored, and another RBI for Morgan Hyde.
That brings to the plate now the right fielder, number 10, Jackson Hannon.
And Micah Hyde is a completely different sport altogether. Anybody who follows the Bills and Buffalo, they know what I'm talking about. I've already made that mistake a couple times this year.
It'll be all right.
Although I'm pretty sure Morgan Hyde would not mind trading places with an NFL superstar.
I don't think he would, no. I don't think many of us would. So Jackson Hannon stepping into the plate for his second at-bat today. Castle still on the mound, working out of the stretch. Runners on first and second. 2 outs here. Pacers lead 7-1. First pitch to Hannon is fouled back behind the plate. 0-1. The 0-1 low and away, 1-1. The 1-1 to Hannon, outside now 2-1. And Hannon's going to send one out into left field, right at the left fielder, Worley. And that will retire the side. The Pacers explode in the bottom of the first inning for 7 runs on 8 hits and 2 men left on base. We'll go to the top of the second inning. Pacers leading 7-1. And welcome back to the top of the second inning, ladies and gentlemen. Pacers lead 7-1 as Lindsey Robinson Jr. goes back to work with 6 insurance runs given to him in that inning. I'm sure he was very thankful for that. And stepping into the plate is the right fielder, number 16, Rome Wallace for the Mountain Lions.
And it's a bit of a double-edged sword when you have a big offensive outing like that in an inning, because you end up sitting there on the bench for quite a while.
As the first pitch Wallace sees, he swings and misses at for strike 1. The 0-1 is hit right back up the middle for a base hit. A lot more offense in this early part of this game than we saw in the last game. Already both teams combined for 11 hits here in the top of the second. That brings to the plate the catcher, number 39, Cole Jackson for the Mountain Lions. Robinson now working out of the stretch. And the first pitch he sees is high and away for ball 1. And the 1-0 to Jackson. Inside, now 2-0. And the 2-0 It's fouled off now, 2-1. And the 2-1 to Robinson. Down the middle for strike 2. Makes the count even now, 2-2. Runner on first. Nobody out here, top of the second. Pacers lead 7-1 over the Mountain Lions of Young Harris. And the 2-2 on its way. High, moving the count in full, 3-2. And the full count on its way. Chopper to the third base side. He's able to make the play, but not able to get the throw over to second. Great play there by Paluski on the third base side, throwing over to second, not in time to get the runner. And now Young Harris has runners on first and second, thanks to the Cole Jackson fielder's choice, with no one out, bringing to the plate the shortstop, number 18, Brandon Jolliffe. And the first pitch to Jolliffe, low and away for ball 1. Robinson still on the mound, working out of the stretch here for the Pacers. And the 1-0 to Jolliffe, off-speed pitch, gets the inside corner for a called strike 1. The 1-1. Another off-speed pitch getting the inside corner, called strike 2. 1-2 now the count on Jolliffe.
Same exact location, inside off speed. I'm looking at him to try to go with a fastball outside now. Either a fastball outside or fastball upstairs.
And the 1-2 on its way. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
And there it was, fastball low and away. Got him to chase after it. Big strikeout there for Robinson.
That brings to the plate the third baseman, number 4, Brett Hawkins for the Mountain Lions. One away here, runners on first and second. Mountain Lions trail USC Aiken 7-1. As the first pitch to Hawkins is low and away for ball 1.
Dark clouds starting to roll in, coming in from the, looks like the northeast.
And the 1-0 is outside, 2-0. There was originally rain in the forecast for today, but I believe as the week went on, it went farther down. I believe when I checked this morning, it was only about 15% chance.
Yeah, it's looking like we're right on the edges of whatever rain there might be. Although the clouds are starting to move in our way. Hopefully we can at least get through 5 innings before any potential downfall or downpour comes in.
As the 2-1 is called on the outside corner for a strike 1. So the 2-1 now to Hawkins. Is sharply hit up the middle, double play ball. Sears going to take it at first, throw it to second, and he is out. The double play is made. The 4-3 double play ends the inning. The Mountain Lions have no runs on 2 hits and 1 man left on base. We will go to the bottom of the second. USC Aiken up 7-1. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the bottom of the second inning. Pacers still leading 7-1. While we were away, the Mountain Lions made a pitching change, bringing to the mound number 9, Ryan Inches. Inches had 6 appearances on the year with 9 innings pitched and 7 strikeouts and a .395 opponent's batting average. He'll face number 32, the first baseman, Nick Tripp, for the Pacers, as Tripp goes after the first pitch and fouls it down the first baseline for 0-1.
Yeah, going back to the top half of the inning, though, Robinson got into a little bit of trouble and worked up his pitch count, but he ended up not giving up a run, so no harm, no foul.
And we'll play on. It's the 0-1 to Tripp. Got the outside corner, 0-2. As Tripp waits the 0-2, he swings and hits it into right center field and high, but the center fielder Greer is there to make the out number 1. Now coming to the plate is the designated hitter, number 5, Leo Horacio for the Pacers.
Horacio, the only pacer that didn't make it to base safely, but he had a sacrifice bunt as his reason why.
And the first pitch to Horacio is on the outside corner for strike 1. And the 0-1 on its way, fouled off over the first baseline, now 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch on its way. Off-speed pitch, he's able to foul off again. And we'll do the 0-2 pitch over. As Horacio fouls off the 0-2, and we'll stay here.
You got to imagine he's trying to set him up for something right now. Each foul ball has pretty much gone to the same spot. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to pull the string on this next pitch, get Horacio to go around.
His Inches working from the windup here. 0-2 in Horacio. Fastball fouled off again, so another battle here at home plate.
It's been straight fastball, fastball, fastball. And Horacio's just a little bit too late getting there.
And the 0-2 again. An off-speed pitch that Horacio is able to foul off again.
And that was the one he was trying to get for the strikeout, but Horacio again able to battle.
And the 0-2. High to make the count to 1-2.
First pitch that hasn't gone in for a strike for Inches.
The 1-2 is hit on the third base side and gets under the glove of Hawkins for a base hit. That'll bring to the plate number 1, the second baseman Jeff Sear for the Pacers. Runner on first with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Pacers lead 7-1 over Young Harris.
And that last one by Horacio is going to go into the book as an E5.
Yeah, it went right under the glove over there at Hawkins on third. And the first pitch to Sear is high for ball 1.
Sear singled and scored back in the first inning, one of the 7 runs that the Pacers plated.
The 1-0 to Sear. High again now, 2-0. And we just want to give a quick shout out here in the broadcast booth to Kendall, who is Jeff Sear's cousin out in Colorado. We hope she's having a great day, and thank you for tuning in to Pacer Baseball here. As Sear takes a ball there to move the count to 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch to Sear. Runner takes off, and they will not be able to get a throw. Jackson dropped the ball at the plate, so the count has been run full on Jeff Sear.
Yeah, that was another hit and run play that didn't technically succeed, but a stolen base nonetheless for Horacio on the play.
And the count is full to Sear. Inches comes set on the mound with the payoff pitch. Sear hits one into left field and deep. Giving chase is Worley, and he is there to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Bring to the plate number 24, the left fielder Ty Gilbert for the Pacers. He's 1 for 1 on the afternoon.
Single and a run scored on his resume, all back in the first inning. The Pacers sent 12 men to the plate in the first inning alone.
As they have another runner on second here in scoring position with 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. As Inches steps off of the rubber on the mound. As he comes set again. And a swing and a miss from Gilbert for strike 1.
Gilbert was looking for a fastball, and he got something that was a few miles per hour under fast.
So the 0-1 to Gilbert on its way. Fouled off at the end of the bat now, 0-2.
Gilbert being very aggressive in the box, going after both of the first 2 pitches he sees.
The 0-2 to Gilbert. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that'll retire the side. The Pacers get no runs on 1 hit and 1 man left on base. We will go to the top of the 3rd inning. Your score, USC Aiken 7, Young Harris 1, with the Mountain Lions coming to bat. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the third inning, USC Aiken leads Young Harris 7-1. Stepping into the batter's box is the leadoff man for the Mountain Lions, number 6, Logan Worley. As he'll send a ball into center field, giving chase is Hyde, and he is going to make the catch on the run for the first out of the inning.
One pitch, one out. One of the pitcher's two best friends, along with the double play.
Lindsey Robinson Jr. still on the mound for the Pacers, working with a 7-1 lead here. Stepping into the plate now is number 35, the center fielder Tucker Greer. As that ball is in the dirt for the 1-0 count. So the 1-0 on the way. Down the middle, called strike one. The 1-1 way outside.
That's a curveball that didn't curve at all.
Yeah, the catcher Brownlee jumps out of his stance and still was not able to get a glove on it. But no harm, no foul, no runners on base, moving the count to 2-1. The 2-1 pitch just missing on the outside, making the count 3-1. And the 3-1 on its way. Down the middle, strike two, running the count full. And the payoff pitch on its way. Ball four, low and away. Actually, might have gotten a piece of Greer, but it doesn't matter either way. It's ball four or a hit by pitch. So that brings up the first baseman, number 14, Dalton Cash. As we all remember, he was the lone run for the Wildcats so far, hitting a solo home run to deep center field in the top of the first inning. He now has a runner on first with one out here in the top of the third. Robinson working out of the stretch now. First pitch to Cash is a breaking ball, low and away, 1-0.
And Greer does have a bit of speed on the base path. He's 9 for 10 on stolen bases this year.
And the 1-0 to Cash gets the inside corner, 1-1 now. Runner takes off for second. The throw down to second is not in time. So Greer gets in safely with a stolen base. That's his 10th stolen base on the year. He is now 10 for 11 on the season. So 1-1 now the count to Cash. Runner in scoring position here on second. Robinson comes set on the mound. And the 2-1. It's fouled back out of play, making the count even at 2-2. Cash was unhappy with himself there, knowing he missed a pitch that he liked, fouling it off behind the plate. So the count is even now, 2-2. Robinson comes set and a swing and a miss, strike three. As Cash goes down swinging, bringing to the plate number 28, the designated hitter, Jackson Jones. Still a runner on second here, 2 outs. Young Harris trails USC Aiken 7-1. And the first pitch to Jones, low and away for ball one. And the 1-0 to Jones is outside now, 2-0. The 2-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2, making the count even. 2-2, one away here. Runners on first. Young Harris trails USC Aiken 10-4. The 2-2 is hit into center field for a base hit right off the end of the bat. Softly hit in between the infielders and high out in center field, giving Young Harris runners on first and second with only one away here. Bringing up the top of the lineup, that's number 6, Logan Worley. So Holmes still on the mound. There's some more movement now down in the Pacers bullpen. Holmes checks the runner at second, comes set on the mound, and delivers. Swung on and missed, a foul tipped at the plate for strike 1. The 0-1 to Worley. Misses low, 1-1. Hard hit on the ball. Eckert was able to field it at second, but Jeff Sear came off the bag. Funny, there was not able to make a throw over to first, so they were able to get the force out at second, but there's now runners on the corners with 2 outs. Bringing to the plate the center fielder, number 35, Tucker Greer. As Brownlee comes out from behind the plate to make signals to his infielders on the first and third call. Greer steps in, the tall left-hander. And the first pitch from Hall misses outside, 1-0. And the 1-0 misses again, now pushing it to 2-0. And Hall misses outside again, 3-0. The 3-0 to Greer on the way. In for a called strike 1. 3-1 now the count. With 2 outs, runners on the corners here for Young Harris. And the 3-1 misses again. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded for the first baseman, number 14, Dalton Cash.
The first baseman, Dalton Cash.
So a big at bat for both sides here. Bases loaded again. That's the second time in back-to-back innings. 2 outs. Pacers holding on to a 10-4 lead. Holmes set on the mound. And the first one to Cash is swung on and hit behind the home plate for strike 1. Holm comes set. And the 0-1 to Cash is swung on again and hit out of play again. 0-2 now the count. Holmes sit on the mound, 0-2 now the count. Pitch on the way, hit sharply right up the middle. Holmes gets a glove on it, he recovers, throws over to first. In time to retire the side. Good job there by Holmes on the mound to stick with that ball and keep the Mountain Lions threat from scoring. So for the Mountain Lions, no runs on 1 hit and 3 men left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. USC Aiken coming to bat, leading 10-4. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 6th inning, USC Aiken coming to the plate, leading 10-4. Leading off for them is number 24, the left fielder, Ty Gilbert. And the first one to Gilbert is low and away for ball 1. The 1-0 gets to the outside corner on Gilbert for strike 1. And Gilbert puts a good hit on the ball, but right to the center fielder Greer for the first out of the inning. That'll bring to the plate the catcher, number 33, Stokes Brownlee. And Brownlee's first pitch is an off-speed pitch, getting the middle of the strike zone, pushing the count to 0-1. And Brownlee hits a hard hit ball down the left field line and foul. Third base coach barely had time to get out of the way there, making the count now 0-2. The 0-2 to Brownlee. A high fastball he's able to lay off there for ball 1. And the 1-2 hits Brownlee in the shoulder, and he'll be able to take first base. So now the third baseman, number 4, Trey Paluski coming to the plate. Runner on first here, nobody with one out. First pitch to Paluski's in there for strike one. The 0-1 on the outside corner gets called strike two. So Paluski down 0-2 now. Runner on first, one out. Bottom of the sixth inning. Pacers lead Young Harris 10-4. An off-speed pitch, hard hit to the third baseman Hawkins. He's able to get to second for one. Over to first in time for the 6-4-3 double play, and that'll end the inning for the Pacers. No runs on no hits, and no men left on base. We'll go to the top of the seventh inning. Your score, USC Aiken 10, Young Harris 4, with Young Harris coming to bat. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the seventh inning here. Young Harris at the plate, trailing USC Aiken 10-4. Going to the leading off is number 28. That's Jackson Jones, the designated hitter. And the first pitch will be outside for ball one. Number 41, Austin Holm, still on the mound for USC Aiken. As his second pitch is outside again, 2-0. The 2-0 is in there for a called strike one, moving the count now to 2-1. The 2-1 goes outside again, now 3-1. The 3-1 from home, called strike two on the inside corner, moving the count full. And the payoff pitch. Swung on and hit deep into right center field. That is going to be on the warning track and one hop the wall. Jackson Hannon has going to be able to get it in quickly, but not after a stand-up double from Jackson Jones, giving the Mountain Lions a runner in scoring position here in the top of the 7th.
The second baseman, number 11, Kyle Ayers.
The second baseman, number 11, Kyle Ayers now coming to the plate. The first pitch to Ayers just misses outside, 1-0. The 1-0 misses outside again, now 2-0. Off-speed pitch misses, now 3-0. And he misses him on the outside corner again. A 4-pitch walk sends Ayers to first base. That brings to the plate number 16, Rome Wallace, the right fielder for the Mountain Lions here in both games. Runners on first and second, no one out here, top of the 7th inning. First pitch to Wallace right on the outside corner for strike one. Bouncing ball, Eckert's got it at second. He flips to second for one, throw to first in time for a double play. So a beautifully turned 6-4-3 double play there for the Pacers. Gives them 2 quick outs with a runner on third here, bringing to the plate the catcher, number 2, Cole Jackson.
The catcher, Cole Jackson.
And Jackson's going to hit one deep into right center field. And it's going to be down, one hopping the wall. Hannon's got it, and he's going to be into second easily with a double, an RBI double. Cuts into the Pacers' lead again. So with one swing of the bat, Jackson makes that a 10-5 ball game here. Bring to the plate now number 18, the shortstop, Brandon Jolliffe.
The shortstop, Brandon Jolliffe.
As Coach Thomas comes out of the dugout, and it appears we're going to be having a pitching change here. As the new pitcher makes his way from the dugout or from the bullpen, we're going to take a quick break and bring you back when he's warmed up and ready to go. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after the pitching change here. Coming to the mound for the Pacers now is number 13, Henry Cartwright, with a 3.1 average and a 2.55 ERA and 24 innings pitched this year with 17 strikeouts and a 2.28 opponent's batting average. Stepping into the plate now for the Mountain Lions is number 18, the shortstop, Jolliffe. And the first pitch is high for ball one. Brandon Jolliffe at the plate. 2 outs here. Top of the 7th inning, your score, USC Aiken 10, Young Harris 5. With a runner on second and 2 outs. And the 1-0 to Jolliffe is fouled off at the plate. 1-1. And the 1-1 to Jolliffe. Just misses outside, 2-1. And the 2-1. Called strike 2. Just getting the outside corner and making the count even now at 2-2. And the 2-2 just misses on the inside corner, running the count full at 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch is called, ball 4, just missing again to give the runners on first and second here with 2 outs. Bringing to the plate the third baseman, number 4, Brett Hawkins. So Cartwright now running out of the stretch. The left-handed pitcher. Runners on first and second here. And the first pitch called, strike 1, now 0-1. The 0-1 missing high, makes the count even now, 1-1. The 1-1 had a check swing there by Hawkins, but he did go around, making the count now 1-2. The 1-2 pitch on the way, off speed. Missing again, just missing. 2-2. And Cartwright said the 2-2 on the way, fouled off. And we'll do it over. The count even still. 2 outs here, runners on first and second. Pacers leading Young Harris 10-5 in the top of the 7th. And the 2-2 is fouled off, and we'll do it over again. The 2-2 bounces to the plate low, pushing the count full 3-2. The payoff pitch is going to be hit hard down the line, but foul. Not being fouled by much, but it did go foul. And the payoff pitch on its way. Ball 4. So for the third straight inning, the Young Harris Mountain Lions have the bases loaded. With the top of the lineup, Logan Worley coming to the plate.
Number 6, the left fielder, Logan Worley.
And the first pitch to Worley is fouled off. 0-1. As Cartwright gets the sign on the mound, comes set, still out of the stretch here. And that gets past Stokely. So the pass ball, the runner didn't come home, making it a 1-1 count. Bases are still loaded for Worley here. As Cartwright now comes set on the mound. And the 1-1 on the way. Hit down the third base line, but foul, pushing the count to 1-2. As we have time here, as the Young Harris coach is going to have a quick discussion with his hitter. As it appears he might have injured himself on that last swing, we'll take a quick break and bring you back in a few seconds. As Worley's going to step back in the batter's box after having a discussion with his coach and the head umpire, but we are set back ready to play here. 1-2 the count. As Cartwright comes set on the mound. 1-2. And it is fouled off. And Cartret will step off the mound here to collect himself, and now comes set again. As he gets the sign, checks the runner at third. And the 1-2 pitch on the way. It is popped up out of play. So we have another battle on our hands now. One-two pitch on its way. Hit into left field for a base hit, and that's going to get one run in. Another run on its way. So the left fielder Worley with a 2-out, 2-run RBI single. And just like that, it's a 3-run ball game. Young Harris has slowly but surely battled their way back after falling 7-1 in the first inning. Now it is 10-7 with a runner on third and runner on first. And the center fielder, Tucker Greer, coming to the plate. So now Greer represents the tying run at home plate here in the top of the 7th inning. Cartret comes set on the mound now. As he checks the runner at first, and he's safely in without a tag. And the first pitch to Greer in, called strike one. The 0-1 to Greer is outside now, 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled behind the plate. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch to Greer on the way. Swing and a miss, strike three. That retires the side for Young Harris, but not until the damage is done. They get 3 runs on 4 hits, and they leave 2 men on base. Going to the bottom of the 7th inning, our score, USC Aiken 10, Young Harris 7. We're going to take a quick break and bring you back with the Pacers coming to the plate. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the 7th inning. Pacers coming to bat with their leadoff man up, the shortstop, number 20, James Eckert. Eckert's going to send one into center field. But drifting over to make the play is the right fielder Wallace for the first out. Still on the mound for the Mountain Lions is number 17, Chase Webb. And he's been able to pick so far 2 shutout innings for this Pacers offense that has put up 10 runs. Coming into the plate now is number 2, the center fielder Morgan Hyde. And Hyde looks at ball 1 outside, making the count 1-0. And the 1-0 is outside again, now 2-0. Breaking ball gets the call, 2-1. Another off-speed pitch. Hyde is able to fight off, making the count even at 2-2. And the 2-2. Just on the outside, making the count full at 3-2. Hyde able to keep himself there from swinging, pushing the count full. Chase comes set on the mound. And the payoff pitch on the way. And Hyde sends it into the Mountain Lions bullpen, and the count remains full. And another payoff pitch on the way. Hyde's able to fight that one off too. Keep the count full. And the 3-2. Off-speed pitch hit into center field for a base hit. Great piece of hitting there by Morgan Hyde to keep his hands back on the off-speed pitch and be able to hit a base hit into center field. Bringing to the plate now the first baseman, number 10, the right fielder, Jackson Hannon. As the young Harris coach is making his way out to the mound, we'll see if he just wants to chat or if he's making the pitching change. And as they talk on the mound, we'll take a quick break and bring you back in just a few seconds. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There was a pitching change after the meeting at the mound. So the new pitcher for the Mountain Lions is number 41, Kyle Turner. Turner is 1-0 on the year with 4 innings pitched, with 7 strikeouts and a .235 opponent's batting average. Coming up to the plate now for the Pacers is number 10, Jackson Hannon, the right fielder. Runner on first, 1 out here, bottom of the 7th. Pacers hold a 10-7 lead over Young Harris. And Hannon goes after the first pitch and swings and misses for strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch to Hannon catches the inside corner, called strike 2. The 0-2 pitch to Hannon on the way. Breaking ball gets away from the catcher, and Hyde will be able to take second easily. So now the Pacers have a runner in scoring position on second base. So Turner getting his signal on the mound. Working out of the stretch here. Hadn't seen him in the windup yet as he came in with a runner on first. And the 1-2. Bounces to the plate, now 2-2. The count even now to Hannon, 2-2. Off-speed pitch. Didn't break enough. Running the count full now, 3-2. And the payoff pitch on the way. And it gets away from the catcher as Hyde will be able to take third on the pass ball. As it was ball 4 as well, so Hannon will be able to take first base. As we have another break in play here. As there's going to be another meeting at the mound. We'll take a quick break and bring you back in just a few seconds. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after the meeting at the mound is adjourned. That'll bring up the Pacer first baseman, number 32, Nick Tripp here. Runners on the corners with 1 away. Turner still on the mound, working out of the stretch. As he's going to get his signal and come set. And the first pitch to Tripp. Checks his swing, but still goes around for strike 1. And the 0-1 to Tripp. Low and away. Going to throw down to second, and then Hannon is going to be able to steal second safely. With that, that is Jackson Hannon's 6th stolen base on the year, so he is now 6 for 7 on the season. So now with only one away, the traditional double play ball is out as the Pacers have runners on second and third here with only one away.
Well, pitcher still on base.
I think he was going on the pitch.
So you're calling it a steal?
Yeah.
He's calling it a steal.
And the 1-1 to Tripp. Hard hit ball to shortstop. He's going to have no play but to throw over to first, and a run does come across to score. So Nick Tripp comes through with the RBI ground out, scoring Morgan Hyde, making your score USC Aiken 11, Young Harris 7 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. The designated hitter, number 5, Leo Horacio, steps into the plate for the Pacers. Still with a runner on scoring position on second base. So Turner gets his sign and comes set on the mound. And his first pitch to Horacio is low. Gets away from the catcher, and Hannah's able to get into third safely without a throw. So now another run is 90 feet away for the Pacers here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. So Horacio steps back into the batter's box. Turner comes set on the mound. And the 1-0. Inside now, 2-0. The 2-0 to Horacio. Down the middle for strike 1. And the 2-1 on its way. Off-speed pitch able to get into the strike zone for strike 2, running the count even now 2-2. And the 2-2. Breaking ball didn't break enough. Running the count full, 3-2. Count is full. Turner comes set on the mound. And the payoff pitch on the way. And Horacio fouls it off, and we'll do it over. Another payoff pitch on the way. Ball 4 misses high, giving the Pacers runner on the corners here with 2 outs. With number 24, the left fielder, Ty Gilbert. Excuse me, no, I'm a batter ahead. Number 1, Jeff Sear, the second baseman, coming to the plate. It appears we're going to have a pitching change here as the Young Harris coach makes his way out. As the pitcher is jogging to the mound, we'll take a break and give you the new pitcher's information when he's all set and ready to go. Pacers leading 11-7 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after the Young Harris pitching change. Now on the mound for the Mountain Lions is number 30, Travis Burnett. Burnett has no wins or losses on the year in 8 appearances, with 14 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, and a .354 opponent's batting average. He comes into the game in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. The Pacers have runners on the corners, and the second baseman, number 1, Jeff Sear, at the plate. As Burnett, the left-handed pitcher, comes set on the mound. Sear awaiting the first pitch. Tall, high leg kick, and that is going to get out of play for 0-1. The 0-1 to Sear. Low and away. 1-1. With the high leg kick, Burnett comes. And Sear delivers a base hit into right field. And that might be trouble going into the corner. One run is in, and Sears in with a double, moving the runner over to third, giving the Pacers a 12-7 lead. Now coming to the plate, the left fielder, number 24, Ty Gilbert.
The left fielder, number 24, Ty Gilbert.
So 2 outs here, runners on second and third. Bottom of the 7th, Pacers already scored 2 in the inning, holding on to a 12-7 lead over Young Harris. As the first pitch, Gilbert is in, called strike 1. And the 0-1 is going to be hit into right field for a base hit. 1 run is in, another one's on his way to the plate as the right fielder has trouble holding onto the ball. And Gilbert is going to be thrown out at second on the aggressive base running, but not after 2 runs score. So the Pacers respond to the big inning by the Mountain Lions with 4 runs of their own. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Your score, USC Aiken 14, Young Harris 7. And we'll take a quick break and bring you back with the Mountain Lions coming to bat. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 8th inning here at Roberto Hernandez Stadium. USC Aiken holds a 14-7 lead over Young Harris. Henry Cartret still on the mound for USC Aiken, and coming to bat, leading off of the Mountain Lions is the first baseman, number 14, Dalton Cash. As Cartret comes set on the mound, and Cash pops ones up on the right side. Sear is under it to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Well, can't complain about that. One pitch, one out here. Bringing to the plate number 28, Jackson Jones, the designated hitter. Jones comes in, first pitch, and fouls it off behind the plate. Now 0-1. The 0-1 is low for ball one. The 1-1 is going to be hit on the first base line and rolls foul to make the count 1-2. One and two now, the count on Jones. Cartret comes set on the mound and brings it. Called strike three on the outside corner. Perfectly placed as Jones is down on strikes for the second out of the inning.
The second baseman, Kyle Ayers.
Stepping into the plate now for the Pacers, for the Mountain Lions, is the second baseman, number 13, Noah Fitzgerald, as Cartret delivers him a ball for the first pitch of the at-bat, making the count 1-0. And the second pitch is swung on and missed, strike one, moving the count to 1-1. Another one has popped up out of play. Brownlee giving chase, and it is going to go just behind the bleachers here at the first base sideline for the 1-2 count. Cartret set on the mound. Fitzgerald at the plate. The 1-2 on its way. It's fouled off again, and we'll do it over. And the 1-2 on its way again, and Cartret hit him. So he's going to get a free base here, and the inning will continue.
Number 16, Ron Wallace.
Now at the plate, the right fielder, number 16, Rome Wallace for the Mountain Lions. As Wallace swings in the first pitch and hits it to the backstop. Now the count 0-1. The 0-1 to Wallace. Swung on a miss for strike 2. And the 0-2. Popped up on the right side. Brownlee and Tripp giving chase. And Tripp is going to make the catch right in front of the Mountain Lions dugout to retire the side. For the Mountain Lions, no runs on no hits, and one man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. USC Aiken coming to bat, leading 14-7. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Roberto Hernandez Stadium. USC Aiken coming to bat, leading 14-7. Leading off for the Pacers is the catcher, number 33, Stokes Brownlee. As Brownlee steps in and takes a pitch inside, 1-0. The 1-0 on the outside corner called strike 1. And Brown will take a ball high now, 2-1. Just missing on the outside corner now, 3-1. And Brownlee will take low and away for ball 4. Leadoff walk for the Pacers.
The third baseman, Trey Paluski.
Now to the plate, the third baseman, number 4, Trey Paluski. Paluski swings and misses on the first pitch, strike 1. And the 0-1 on its way. Outside, 1-1. Just missing off the outside. As Paluski steps out. And now we have time called by the defense as the catcher wants to make a visit to the mound and have a conversation with his pitcher. And he'll come back now. 1-1 the count on the third baseman, Trey Paluski. Runner on first here for the Pacers. They lead 14-7 in the bottom of the 8th inning over Young Harris. And the 1-1 is down and away. 2-1. True into Paluski. Down and away again, 3-1. And the 3-1. Swung on and hit out of play, making the count full at 3-2. And the payoff pitch on the way as Paluski fouls it off again.
If we finish up in time. That all depends on when this ends. You're not wrong.
As play is resumed here. And another 3-2 pitch on the way. Hard hit right at the third baseman. Diving catch to second for one. He throws to first. Not in time. Great play there by the third baseman, Hawkins, to be able to stop that ball, get up from one knee, throw over to second for one, and barely missing the double play. So that brings the top of the lineup back to the plate for the Pacers with number 20, the shortstop, James Eckert. Eckert comes up now. 1 out. Runner on first. And he'll take an off-speed pitch in the strike zone for the first strike. And the 0-1 to Eckert is hit hard to the third baseman Hawkins again. He flips it to second for one. Not in time for the double play. Hit right at the third baseman Hawkins. Flips to second for one. Fitzgerald was not able to turn it in time for the double play. So there's 2 outs now, bringing to the center fielder, number 2, Morgan Hyde, to the plate for the Pacers.
Yes, you do. You're just not here.
And the first pitch to Hyde is outside for ball one. The 1-0 to Hyde low, 2-0 now. Good block behind the plate by Jackson there. The 2-0 didn't get the call, now 3-0 on Hyde. And the 3-0. Down the middle for strike one. And the 3-1 low and away for ball four. As the Pacers now have runners on first and second with 2 outs. Bringing to the plate the right fielder, number 10, Jackson Hannon.
The right fielder, number 10, Jackson Aiken.
And the first pitch, Hannon sees, he hits the chopper to the second baseman, and he flips it over to Joff for the final out, and that retires the side for USC Aiken. No runs on no hits, and 1 man left on base. Young Harris is down to their final 3 outs, and we'll bring him to you just after this break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 9th inning. USC Aiken leading Young Harris 14-7. We have a pinch hitter to lead off here for the Mountain Lions. Number 36, Ethan Underwood, hitting for the catcher, Cole Jackson. Carteret still on the mound for the Pacers. And Underwood will swing and miss for strike one. On the season, Underwood's appeared in 17 games with a .257 batting average, 6 RBIs, and a .469 on-base percentage. The 0-1, the 0-1 is outside now, 1-1. And the 1-1 is fouled off on the third base side, making the count now 1-2 on Underwood. And the 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner for the first out of the ninth. That'll bring to the plate number 18, the shortstop, Brandon Jolliffe. As we have time on the field, as the umpires are going to meet about something. And while they're meeting, we're going to take a quick break and bring you back in a few minutes. And we are set to play on after an official meeting. 1 out away. As Jolliffe will take a ball low and away. So the 1-0 to Jolliffe. Outside, 2-0. The 2-0 gets the call. Strike 1. 2-1 now the count. And the 2-1 outside now, 3-1. And the 3-1 in there, called strike to move the count full, 3-2. Payoff pitch on its way. Swing and a miss for strike 3. As Jolliffe goes down swinging, and the Mountain Lions are down to their final out of the afternoon. That'll bring to the plate, I believe, a pinch hitter here. Number 38, John Miller. As we're going to have a pitching change from USC Aiken as Coach Thomas makes his way out to the mound. We're going to take a break and bring you back in just a few minutes with the new pitcher's information when he's ready to go. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the ninth inning. 2 outs. We have a new pitcher on the mound, number 15 for the Pacers, Will Varnador. He'll face off against number 38, John Miller. And he is going to have one pitch. And there's going to be some miscommunication between Jackson Hannon and Jeff Sear out in right field as the ball is going to drop. So the Mountain Lions will not go quietly into the night just yet as they have a runner on first. And number 7, TJ Bird, stepping to the plate. Varnador comes set. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. TJ Bird batting .294 this year with 15 games played, 1 RBI, and a .375 on base percentage. As he is going to foul one off at the plate, and now quickly the count is 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch, low and away, 1-2. And the 1-2. Low and away again now, the count is even, 2-2. The 1-2 pitch, 2-2 pitch on its way is swung on and hit into left field, and it is going to go foul. Count remains 2-2. And the 2-2 in the dirt moves the count full as the runner is able to make it to second safely, and the count is now full. And the payoff pitch on the way. It's going to be hit hard into left field. That's going to hit the wall, and that's going to score a run. As TJ Bird comes through with the RBI double. And the Mountain Lions get a run back now. Your score 14-8 here in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs. Now coming to the plate, number 35, Tucker Greer, the center fielder. Still a runner in scoring position. And the first pitch to Greer. He's going to send foul down the third baseline, making the count 0-1. The 0-1 in the dirt now, 1-1. The 1-1. Misses outside, 2-1. The 2-1 is hit hard into right field for a base hit. That's going to score a run. So just like that, the Mountain Lions have 2 runs here with 2 outs. As Greer is going to try and extend it to a triple, and he is going to be out, and the game is over. The Pacers win by a final score of 14-9 as Tucker Greer tries to extend a double into a triple, and he gets caught. So The Pacers take the doubleheader by a final score of 4-2 in Game 1 and 14-9 in the second game. On this, after today, the Pacers' overall record improves to 18-14 and 17-13 in the conference. The Mountain Lions fall to 18-12 and 16-10 in the conference. These two teams will go at it again tomorrow on Sunday for a 1 o'clock first pitch. Pacers going to try and for the sweep, as the Mountain Lions are going to try to avoid being swept. So that'll about do us. That'll about end it for us today. Your final score, Game 1, USC Aiken 4, Young Harris 2. Your final for Game 2, USC Aiken 14, Young Harris 9. For Marcus Johnson, I'm Reeves Altman. Thank you very much for joining us here today at Roberto Hernandez Stadium, and we'll see you tomorrow for Game 3 of the Young Harris and USC Aiken series.